Look at a modern remote-controlled toy tank. It features infrared sensors, health bars, and rotating turrets, but it only works within a predefined operational grid. If it crosses that invisible boundary, the machine simply stops. Now, consider a box of wooden blocks. There are no batteries, no sensors, and no operating manual. The high-tech toy forces the user to follow a designer's script. You can only press the buttons you are allowed to press. The blocks offer no instructions, which means the player has to invent the possibilities themselves. Modern corporate offices have evolved to mimic the remote-controlled tank. These environments are obsessed with specialized roles and strict processes, leaving no room for unscripted variables. By designing workdays to eliminate the risk of looking foolish, organizations accidentally destroy the biological conditions required for their teams to innovate. Rooms full of highly educated experts routinely greenlight massive, expensive corporate flops that seem inexplicable once they hit the shelves. The Museum of Failure is filled with these products, from pens marketed specifically for women to laundry detergents that were so powerful they ate through the clothes they were cleaning. In the late 90s, snack giants launched fat-free chips made with a synthetic fat substitute. The chips met every technical goal of the project, but they caused such severe gastrointestinal distress that the brand became a punchline. How does a team of seasoned professionals fail to stop an obviously catastrophic idea before it reaches the consumer? These flops are symptoms of a rigid culture, where questioning the plan carries too much social risk. When the environment prizes consensus over truth, people stop pointing out the obvious. Dr. Keith Sawyer, a creativity expert at the University of Chicago, spent years recording the conversational patterns of children while they engaged in fantasy play. He found that when children play with highly representational toys, like a movie character doll, they default to reciting dialogue from the screen. They aren't creating, they're just performing a script. But when children are given open-ended tools, like a construction set, their behavior changes. Without a manual, they are forced into improvisational theater. They constantly experiment, adapt to their partner's ideas, and pivot when their structure fails to hold. This unstructured, improvisational state is the biological baseline for human creativity. It is a capacity most of us systematically unlearn the moment we enter the workforce. Psychologist Dr. Samuel West argues the adult equivalent of this playroom state is psychological safety. Consider a top-down hierarchy. In a low-safety team, the stakes are hidden and ideas policed. High-safety teams are dynamic environments. People can ask basic questions and pitch wild ideas without fear. This creates an adult environment that mirrors the improvisational state of children playing with wooden blocks. Without psychological safety, innovation stalls. When the social cost of breaking the corporate script is perceived as a career threat, employees choose silence over the risk of a new idea. Breaking a deeply entrenched culture of consensus is difficult. You can't simply ask people to be more creative if they still feel unsafe. Sometimes it takes a tactical intervention, like hiding a remote-controlled fart machine under a sterile boardroom table. The humor shatters the hierarchical tension. It momentarily pulls adults out of their rigid, defensive behavioral scripts and forces a genuine human reaction. These moments of absurdity serve as a cognitive reset. By breaking the expected script, they temporarily lower the social barriers to dissent, making it easier to return to the unscripted state where fresh ideas actually happen. Leaders must distinguish between bad failures caused by carelessness and good failures that come from genuine exploration. The most effective step a leader can take is to model vulnerability by publicly sharing their own professional flops and good failures. The old corporate mandate was to provide strict rules to prevent mistakes. The new mandate is to provide a safe space to experiment and fail. Organizations that consistently bring new products to market have stopped treating their staff like programmable machines. They have learned to design their workplaces to function as serious,